Don't you feel silly? Don't you feel stupid? Don't you feel a little ashamed?
So, you went to main Carlotta. Well, do you like guns? Do you like crystals? Do you like the mafia? And do you like high etiquette? If so, then Carlotta the Montelli is for you. Now, I ain't gonna lie, when I first saw Carlotta, I was like, nah, fuck that. Mafia also with Glocks. Hard pass, chief. I was ready to skip her ass faster than a skip leg day. But then I played her trial, and holy shit, it felt like mainlining pure fun straight into my bloodstream. I'm shooting guns, committing tax fraud, and suddenly my caveman brain went like, yeah, I need that. So yeah, I caved, I pulled her signature. Now I'm broke, depressed, addicted, but hey, at least I look classy while committing digital war crimes. Anyways, enough about me though. Carlotta's backstory, oh boy, she's basically the mafia's Barbie doll. She's polite, she's sweet, and she's well-mannered, but that's just the packaging. Underneath, she's Renaceda's most elegant war criminal. Her family literally looked at her and said, yep, she's perfect to be our personal fucking Terminator. Gave her the codename Opal, which sounds shiny and delicate, but really just means, hey yo, go kill his ass. And better yet, don't forget the small one you at it. Also, you adopted. But besides that, in her personal life, she seems pretty chill. In-game, Carlotta's the same as described earlier, but with that out of the way, let's take a look at her kit. Carlotta's forte is a substance bar. To charge it, you have to use your basic attacks or resonance skill. Once it's fully loaded, you bust a fat, icy money shot all over the enemy. And the best part, if you manage your crack bar like a responsible low crack addict, your heavy attacks will straight up reduce the skill's cooldown. Meaning you get to spam art more often, and by art, I mean turning your enemies into frozen Christmas decorations. And here's the math. And speaking of art, next up we have Carlotta's resonance skill, Art of Violence, which is probably the most honest skill name in this entire game. None of that heavenly lotus of eternal friendship bullshit. Nope, just straight Art of Violence. Carlotta whips out her Glocks and transforms them into auto shotguns, going full mafia firing squad, unloading ice shells into anything dumb enough to exist in front of her. While using your skill, you also freeze your enemies into tiny ice cubes you can put into your tonic later. But don't get too wasted, because if you time it perfectly, you can also get an easy parry followed up with crazier melt than Riot Freak's mental. Man, fuck your old ass. You should retire and spend time with your kids and wife, not complain about League of Legends. Wait, does he even have wife and kids? Anyways, here's the math for Art of Violence. Next up, we have Carlotta's Resonance Liberation, which is her basically saying, alright, enough foreplay, time for the main event. She hits Final Bow, steps into full Mafia Princess mode, and cranks her ult damage so high it feels like the devs were drunk when they wrote the numbers. During her ultimate, she has 3 phases of Crystal Genocide, Era of New Wave, Death Kneel, and Fatal Finale. All of which hit like a truck made out of crack and ice shards as her multipliers shoot up by 80%. It's elegant, it's flashy, and it turns the battlefield into your own little opera house of suffering. You're not playing a character at this point. You're conducting a goddamn execution symphony. The only final bow here is your enemies bowing 6 feet under. And here's the math. As for her intro and outro skill, I'm gonna keep it short. Her outro skill does a mini nuke of itself like a Middle Eastern missile. Ain't no Iron Dome gonna detect that one. As for her intro skill, you get some bonus substance for her crack bar while also dealing some damage. But how do you play Carlotta? Well, I'm glad you asked.
El que quiera un vino en cartón, el que quiera un vino en cartón. Y las manitos ahí, yay, 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 yay. Supermercado, supermercado. Y ahora suena rococo.
Nah, but all jokes aside, for echo sets you want to go for the Frosty Resolve set. For cost 4 you want to go for a crit piece, double cost 3 glacial damage bonus, and double cost 1 attack percentage. And the ideal substats are crit stats, attack, energy recharge, and resonance skill damage. But ain't nothing wrong if you get some basic attack damage bonus or some ultimate damage bonus either. And for weapons, the best options are the Last Dance, which is a signature, Static Mist, which you can obtain from the standard weapon banner, and for 4-star weapons, either Thunderbolt, Undying Flame, or Solar Flame. Anyways, let's take a look at our teams. For team building, the premium Glacier team is Carlotta, Jeji, and Shorekeeper. Did I pronounce that right? It's Jeji, right? But fuck that. You know we ain't playing by the meta. The best way to play Carlotta in my opinion is quick swap. My current team consists of Carlotta, Jinshi, and Shorekeeper, and let me tell you why it's better. All the time you spend buffing with Jeji is just gonna keep tickling the enemy's balls. Quick swap already allows you to melt down the enemy's weakness, so while you're already at it, why not drop 2 nukes right after? Damn, that sounds a bit historical. But yeah, after you dump all your quick damage from Jinshi, you'll have another quick swap up already to charge half your substance bar, which will allow you to bust more icy loads from your heavy attack. That's just me though. As for the talent tree leveling priority, I highly recommend maxing your skill and burst first, followed up with forte and normal attacks. And as for copies, should you pull for some? Sir, yes sir. Now I just want you to remember this because this is some really important information. But it's not about soft pity or hard pity based pulling, right? It's always 50-50. You either get it or you don't. Winner's mindset. If you get a back-to-back on top of everything though, I highly recommend downloading Counter-Strike 2 and buying 200 fever cases. And that, my friends, is how you get to enjoy your first sleeper sports car. I'm going off topic though, so let's take a look at what your copies do and which to pull. The first copy is alright, you get some free crit, and it also gives you more substance, which for Kuro games is just a polite way of saying less downtime, more crystal meth binges. The second one though, oh boy, this one's disgusting. Fatal Finale gets juiced with 126% more damage. That's not a buff. That's a fucking war crime. You don't ult anymore. You just call the Geneva Convention to view your gameplay footage. That's it. The third copy just buffs your Outer and Resonance skill. The fourth copy is a team-wide buff. Every time she slams a heavy attack, the whole team gets stronger. Talk about a sugar mommy. It's alright, but wouldn't call it a big game changer. For the fifth copy, imminent oblivion damage goes brrr. Your giant crystal slam now hits like an 18-feeler full of meth crashing into a preschool. Talk about emotional damage for your ops. Anyways, the last copy. Death Kneel goes from big damage to Biblical Plague. It gets a 186% damage buff and it immobilizes enemies. Which means you don't just kill them, you freeze them in place so they're forced to watch themselves die. That's not gameplay, that's psychological warfare. Anyways, I definitely recommend going for the second and third copy, and if you're made out of fat bands, also go for the sixth one. In conclusion though, if you like pressing buttons and making your hands look like a piano recital, I highly recommend playing her. And as for my personal enjoyment, I rate Carlotta 18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch out of 18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch. Very impressive score, ladies and gentlemen. And here are the rest of the memes and clips I made that didn't make it into the video. But before I show them, subscribe, like, leave a comment, and enjoy.
Time for me to bust a nut.
Tipping the essence from hitting head-wrong. Quarterback on me and F in my dome. 666 rituals all in my own. When I summons the demons, I cock in my tongue. Run now, the scarecrow fiending for your soul. Sundown when I run around with the full moon and the midnight glow.
Tá cheia de tesão, eu vou te fuder com amor. Mina linda, safadinha, arregaça esse popô. Saca, 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 ela é cheia de tesão e eu arregaço esse popô. Saca, 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 saca.
在香港这座城市的社区，主演联合。